Okay, I'm on Josh Still Comics. Marvel News of the Week.
Hi.
First.
Your new multi-vendor marketplace, YouSellComics.com, offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or 0 commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com. Buy, collect, sell.
How would you feel about a reverse WandaVision?
I I mean, yeah?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
WandaVision was the original Vision rebuilt by Sword to do as they command, attempting to kill Maximoff and his Hex double. The latter seemingly restored his doppelganger's memories during their battle, prompting the White Vision to fly away to parts unknown. Marvel Studios and Marvel Television will continue the story in the Disney Plus's upcoming Vision series. There's a great deal of intrigue surrounding the project. We know that James Spader will return as Ultron, while it's been widely reported that it will also adapt elements of West Coast Adventures and Tom King's Vision series. Alex Perez from the Comic Circus said it's been said to be this way. The way it's been explained to me, a reverse WandaVision. In WandaVision, the main focus of the show was Wanda trying to find a way to cope with her situation by trying to escape her roles as a Scarlet Witch, her reality, and live a fantasy before ultimately coming to terms with it. This time around, Vision wants to dive deeper into his origins and his reality from the get-go to fill gaps in his memory, and then it'll progress from a more fantastical. It'll progress more fantastical as the show progresses. I still don't know what that means. Like it's gonna be not a different setting every week. Like he's gonna go back to Stark Tower and learn his AI origin there, or he is going to try to find a version of Ultron that he can talk to about like, hey, why'd you create me? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure. I do enjoy the idea of it.
Sure.
But I mean, as long as it's done well,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I think
Terry
I think I
Matalas, the
it would
showrunner, will be fine. But
yeah. I was kind of really hoping that it would be like this exploration into the inner the inner being, you know what I mean? But android style.
you mean he wants to? You'd like to see him meditate.
I don't know about that. I don't even know about meditating, but
Okay, moving on. Hellhunters, the new Marvel comic series. We'll see Ghost Rider 44, assemble one of the coolest teams ever. In the pages of his terrifying Incredible Hulk run last year, writer Philip Kennedy Johnson introduced Sergeant Sal Romero, aka Ghost Rider 44, the spirit of vengeance who raised hell on the battlefields during World War II. This December, his epic backstory will be told in the pages of Hellhunters, a 5-issue limited series written by Kennedy Johnson and art by Adam Gorham. In the present day, Ghost Rider 44 can only reawaken when monsters come. During World War II, there was plenty of them, including Felix Bruckner, a Nazi officer who underwent a mysterious transformation of his own. When Bruckner's demonic army begins its march, Sal will be forced to embrace his supernatural new gifts to turn the tide of the entire war. Some of Marvel's most badass heroes fought on the front lines of World War II, and Hellhunters will see Ghost Riders 44, alongside the likes of Wolverine, Nick Fury, Peggy Carter, Bucky Barnes, and from the pages of Jason Aaron's Avengers, Soldier Supreme. Do we get any covers? Oh, we do. So let's see some covers. Oh, there's Wolverine and Bucky. Looks like Dum Dum Dugan, Peggy Carter, Nick Fury.
yeah, but yeah,
Well, that's a cool one.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, this comes out December 15th.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, little planes in the background there. Yeah, sweet. Definitely in for that one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Okay, Bo DeMeo still talking. Because why not? He's got nothing else to do.
Sign up to his Patreon now, and you get your own apology.
Wow. Okay, so we all know that Blade's been in a bunch of it's pretty much been development hell for 5 years. But Bo had worked on the script and now he's talking about it.
course.
So he said his premise was take a John Wick movie, give mobsters fangs, swap Keanu for Ali, hand him a sword, not a daughter who makes him fret over a swinging hero's name. Wick cost $20 million to make, add $10 million for vampire Darkhold magic, and you have a $30 to $40 million Marvel movie. I don't get why it's been so hard. Studio's broken. I wrote 3 drafts and a dozen outlines in 3 impossible months. My fave was the Raid style treatment where Blade finds himself defending a rundown tenement of humans from Varney's vamp hordes until daylight. Took place over one night. Blade learns from Tenant Jericho Drum that Varney attacking because the female tenant who Blade sort of fancies has been magically impregnated with Lilith by tenants who secretly Darkhold cultists. Think 30 Days of Night meets Rosemary's Baby.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Raid, so I don't mind. I mean, we've also had Dread is pretty much the Raid.
Yeah, Dread was amazing,
and that was good. So I don't see a problem trying to stick Blade in there. Yeah. I'm not sure he's allowed to say this given his NDA, but maybe he doesn't care anymore.
Probably doesn't care anymore.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of whether that would have been a good Blade movie. Lilith probably would have led to the villain in the next movie with Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll never know.
Give it to us. I just want.
Spider-Man's Marvel Studios future news on Nova and a magical Scarlet Witch update.
Oh boy, this is gonna be crazy.
I've been waiting for official Spider-Man 4 news pretty much since Spider-Man No Way Home was released in 2021. That finally came last week when it was revealed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton will helm the movie. Following the revelation that Null will be unleashed in Venom: The Last Dance, it's reported that Sony Pictures got its way by making the Wallflowers' next MCU adventure a multiversal epic. Oh no. No.
Go fuck yourself.
Yes.
Spider-Man No Way Home grossed just shy of $2 billion, so of course the studio would prefer to reunite Tom Holland with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for a team up with Venom. I thought Tom Hardy was done. As disappointed as many of you thought about that change of plans, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. According to Daniel Rickman, Marvel Studios and Sony are working on a deal which allows Spider-Man to appear in more MCU movies. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, meanwhile, is set to remain in charge of the new trilogy as he was the previous Spider-Man trilogy. This is in the best interest of both the character and Sony. After all, we're sure they're banking on a possible Venom 4 being a massive hit after the character crosses paths with Holland's fan favorite web-slinger. Regardless, the current expectation of Spider-Man 4 will be released smack bang between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Rickman also claimed that Aubrey Plaza's Bria Vidal will appear in more upcoming projects after Agatha All Along. And while Scarlet Witch movie isn't gearing up to begin shooting anytime soon, it remains in development at Marvel. Also of note is leakers claim that Marvel Television's planned Nova project will focus on Nova Corps in space and not just Earthbound Richard Rider or Sam Alexander. Finally, we go to the Cosmic Circus site as has learned that Vision's working title man is Tin Man. That could have multiple meanings. That's a great project name.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm all for a Wanda movie. I don't like continuing with the multiverse thing. Venom 3 will be terrible, and they've just stuck an all in it to get fans interested.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree. I think this thing is probably half baked.
Yeah.
And it's, we're gonna fucking reap the benefits, obviously.
Is that what it's called? Benefits?
Yeah, reap the benefits, but I don't know, man. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be I'm a little worried. Like I said, I'm a little worried for Spider-Man 4. Like, they had a perfect setup at the end of 3. Nobody knows who he was.
Yeah.
Start at the ground, baby.
Yeah.
It's all good. Like I said, you can do a grounded story that's still like a multiversal thing. They did it in Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
The first one.
More Spider-Man 4 news. Might have been the same as the last one. But much has been said about Spider-Man 4. The deal between the studios fell apart during Far From Home, and for a time it looked like Sony would make a third movie without any input from Kevin Feige. Something tells us that wouldn't have ended well. Yeah, no shit. Fan
shit.
backlash thankfully changed. Fan backlash thankfully changed things, but at least part of the reason No Way Home ended the way it did, because no one was quite sure whether we'd see Holland in the MCU again. Plus, no longer under contract, Holland repeatedly cast doubt on his future as a character in general. Dana Rickman chimed in today. Well, we just read that in the other one that he'll be in more.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention of Secret Wars by Rickman, though we imagine he'll be back for a little later, as plan has supposedly been put in place next year, which allows Holland to shoot Spider-Man 4 and Avengers Doomsday at the same time. There's a new Marvel Studio deal with Holland reprising his role for Spider-Man Peter Parker in 3 more solo films and 3 additional MCU films. Do you think he's getting close to Downey money now?
I don't think so, but it's
Like, Iron Man never had
fucking...
6 movies called Iron Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah,
But he's going to have Spider-Man 1 through 6. I don't know. He might be getting there.
I think it's getting close, but I mean, you know what? Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, like, he's gonna play him up until he's, you know, in his mid whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how old he is now, but he's gonna play him for another 10 fucking years until they pass the buck on. And didn't they talk about bringing Miles in at the end of 4? So does
Something
that mean
like that? Yeah, but I guess now maybe
grow...
there'll be maybe it'll be a
God.
split between Miles and Peter in there. One's mentoring the other, I guess, maybe.
I wonder if what's his name from Stranger Things will be too old to play Miles by the time.
What's his name from Stranger Things? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That guy. More Spider-Man news. Big changes coming.
Something? Yeah.
Maybe not. So, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man wasn't a runaway hit Sony Pictures had hoped for. But it was successful enough to spawn a sequel and a slate of projects which included third and fourth Spider-Man movies along with Sinister Six and a possible Venom spin-off. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 wasn't cheap to make, and after it was deemed a critical and commercial disappointment, Sony decided amid pressure from fans following leaked Sony hack emails to partner with Marvel Studios. Andrew Garfield is out, Tom Holland was in. Yeah, we all know this. Why are we talking about this? A new deal couldn't be reached, and not only did it mean Spidey would leave the MCU, but Kevin Feige's creative input was over. Given what a mess Morbius multiversal elements were, we tried to think how Spider-Man... Yeah, okay. Fan backlash. What is this article about? Apparently Sony will now start notifying Marvel Studios about which Spider-Man related villains will be used in non-MCU projects. Marvel will then be blocked from using that character until at least 30 days after a Sony movie was released on VOD. This means Kraven the Hunter can be brought into the MCU, presumably a new variant rather than the one played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, for example, providing Marvel Studios meets those requirements. Hopefully this means...
Quicksilver, for fuck's sake.
Huh?
Said he was already Quicksilver, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. They wanted Kraven in No Way Home, but that upcoming origin story ruined those plans. Sony has some rules to abide by. Future Marvel movies produced by them will need to at least have budgets of at least $75 million and play in a minimum of 2,000 US theaters. If the deal has been restructured to this extent, it suggests the whole thing has been reconfigured in a way that's only going to benefit both the MCU and Sony's Spider-Man verse. Yeah, I mean, forcing them to spend at least $75 million doesn't mean you're going to get a good movie out of it.
No. No. So silly.
You could have spent
So
$300 million on Morbius and it still would have been bad.
Oh, my God. That's, yeah.
Okay, Ghost Rider TV news. Let's go.
Okay.
Brad Winderbaum?
Yep.
Marvel Studios is sitting on the rights to Ghost Rider for years now, but allowed Marvel Television to use the Robbie Reyes version of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Over the past year or two, however, rumors have persisted that Johnny Blaze is being lined up to make his MCU debut. Initially, we heard that might happen in a Marvel Studios special presentation, but with Disney shifting its focus away from Disney Plus, in a bid to increase theatrical profits, those plans might have fallen by the wayside. Talking to Collider about the launch of Agatha All Along, Marvel Television boss Brad Winderbaum was asked which one character he'd like to bring to TV. Quote, I'd want to do the Danny Ketch era of Ghost Rider. I think there are a lot of people who would be there, who would be here for some Ghost Rider. Yes, I would. This isn't obviously the confirmation a Ghost Rider project is in the works for Disney Plus, but it is interesting that Winterbaum is eager to use Danny Ketch version of the Spirit of Vengeance on screen. Danny Ketch became the second Ghost Rider, debuting in 1990's Ghost Rider 1. Discovering a mystical motorcycle, Danny transforms into Ghost Rider whenever innocent blood is spilled. Unlike the original Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Ketch wields the Penance Stare, a powerful ability to force wrongdoers to feel the pain they've caused others. As Ghost Rider, he battles supernatural threats and fights to protect the innocent, and despite Johnny's popularity, Danny played a huge role in renewing interest in the character in the 90s. Ryan Gosling has been expressed interest in doing superhero role, specifically Ghost Rider. I'll take him as Danny Ketch. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Could you do a TV series? I suppose you could. There wouldn't. The visual effects would have to be like nailed for. There'd have to be like. You have to nail at least Ghost Rider and that transformation.
Yeah.
But it would probably cost a lot. I don't know. I don't know if you could do it.
It would probably cost a fair bit.
Okay. Finally, Thunderbolts. We got the trailer.
Yes.
And
it's good. Good trailer.
Yeah, it was really long. It was 3 minutes. It had like a couple.
For a
it almost
teaser.
had. Yeah, it kind of had like it had the opening scene. Like it kind of had an opening scene of like 45 seconds with Red Guardian and Florence Pugh, Yelena Baklova. Wait, Yelena Baklova? Is that her name?
I think so. Yelena. Don't they have the same?
Yeah, Belova, not Baklova. Belova. Baklava.
That's right.
Yeah. So also we got to look at Bob, who's Century.
Yes.
I liked that we got to look at everyone's kind of like life there. I mean, you saw U.S. Agent. He's got a kid now. Yeah. You saw Bucky going before Congress, and it seems like maybe Bucky's after them too in the trailer. Didn't really see a lot of Louis Dreyfus until the end of the trailer. I do love that relationship between Red Guardian and Black Widow. And Ghost and Taskmaster looked fine. Taskmaster has a different suit.
Yeah,
I didn't love.
Kind of dope.
But yeah, Ghost looked better. Looked like she had more to do than she had to do in Ant-Man.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. I'm not sure how they're gonna keep that heroine storyline with Bob, but let's let us know what you thought of the trailer, and we'll probably be back.
Can't wait to see what they do with the Void. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Agatha yet because we've only seen the first episode. We haven't watched any more yet.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
we'll
episode 2 is good.
We'll give it a couple episodes first before we start talking about it. But thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe if you want. Go to the website, buy some comics. Cool.